A leaked report authored by the government's expert ministerial advisory group warns the Aratiri ferry should be retired next year. That's 4 years ahead of the government schedule.
Next year. Now, remember, I tweeted this today, but next year is based around this government saying 2029. Remember, they haven't found a ferry. They haven't identified a ferry. They haven't purchased a ferry. So how the hell will they know they can have a ferry in 2029 is beyond me.
There's a world of difference between going, hey, look, if IREX had still been going, those were due to start coming on stream 2026.
Yeah.
The world of difference going, we're going to have to patch some capability for a year. Not fucking, 3-4 years?
Well, but 4 years based on them telling us it's going to be 2029 when they haven't purchased, they haven't found, they're still looking. So 2029 means nothing until they book it. What if every single place that makes ferries around the world is booked up until 2031? They don't know that yet because they haven't done it. So this 2029 date is arbitrary. Yes. It's like me saying I'm going to be living in a house I build by the end of next year. Oh yeah, Pat, have you got a section? Nope. No. Have you drawn up plans? Nope. No. Have you got a builder? Nope. But I'm going to be in that house that I'm going to build by the end of next year. It's literally exactly what they've just said. So that 2029, if you haven't heard it anywhere else, you heard it here first, is utter horse trap. I said trap instead of crap because I'm trying to be clean.
And as Kieran says, they knew that when they had that press conference last week.
Yep.
They knew it and they didn't say anything.
So let's have a listen to what the actual leak's about.
It says to accommodate the construction of a new wharf at Picton, it won't be possible for the Aratiri to continue to operate through to 2029.
So it's not going to be able to be used at the port. So I'm thinking some kind of diving board, maybe one of those inflatable slides like you get on but you will be able to get on it, it would seem, in Wellington, but not get off it in Picton.
We'll recreate the beach landing scene of Saving Private Ryan on every ship and on every journey. It'll be great.
The report obtained by 3 News also details the potential costs of replacement ferries. Senior political correspondent Jenna Lynch has the exclusive details.
Exclusive.
After her excursion onto the beach at Picton in June, the Aratiri has been running mostly without incident. And the government's been saying the ship would be in ship shape until 2029.
We need new ferries in place by 2029.
But tonight, 3 News can reveal that just 2 days...
Just point that. We need new ferries online by 2029, not we'll get or we have. Very important news. We need, right? We need. How are you going to get them? Have no information about that. We need doesn't mean we'll have.
We need new ferries in place by 2029.
But tonight, 3 News can reveal that just 2 days before the grounding, the government's expert ferry group had advised them the ship would need to be retired next year. Not because of its condition, but because there'll be nowhere to dock her. A leaked report authored by the government's expert ministerial advisory group warns operating Aratiri until 2029 is simply not possible, as the wharf and linkspan upgrades will need to be completed for the arrival of the new ships. With the Picton wharf at the end of life in 2029, work needs to start in 2024 on agreeing requirements for construction of a new wharf, including retiring the Aratiri in 2025.
So basically, whānau, what they're saying is we either stop the Aratiri next year so we can build in preparation for the next one, or we'll keep the Aratiri going up until 2029 and then the new ferries will have nowhere to port. They're the options. Right now, that's what they're saying. And as Chewie said twice, they knew this before the press conference where they just spread lies to the nation. They knew this and they didn't choose to tell us, which is probably why someone's chosen to leak it.
Can all 3 of the ferries run to 2029?
As I understand it, what I've heard from Kiwi Rail is yes, that they go out to 2029.
Oh my God! We talk about if he stutters, he's lying. Was that not the worst of all times? That felt like it took 30 seconds to get through.
That's his tell.
Here we go.
In 2025. Can all 3 of the ferries run to 2029?
As I understand it, what I've heard from Kiwi Rails, yes, that they go out to 2029.
Oh my God, please, Mr. Luxon, can you come around and play some poker with us? Please, please, please. I'll bet you your Tesla. Come around and play some poker with me, please. Chewie, you going to say something?
So let's recap here, right? Right from the get-go, Nicola Willis said that the IREX project was a massive failure of scope and that it just was emblematic of poor Labor project management.
Yep.
We said at that point that she was lumping in the costs of the improved port facilities that were needed, A, for the bigger ferries, B, for seismic response, and C, for climate change reasons. Those are all valid, and her shit canning the ferry project was not going to change the fact that new port facilities would need to be built. Picton's especially is over 100 years old. It's at the end of its useful life. Okay, they're solving that problem by splitting that out of the ferry project, but it's still coming back to haunt them because National does not think in long terms. It does not think in cohesive project terms. These were all things that Labor had an answer for. It was all part of the single IREX project. By splitting it out, they have not solved anything.
Yeah, terrible. They're not good at this. And the thing is, they're not good at this, and they're not good. Then, you know what? To be a liar is actually quite hard. Speaking from experience, to be a liar is really hard to pull it off. And there's a saying, and I'm going to butcher it, something like, you have to have everyone eventually gets caught out from being a liar because of their memory. You actually have to have the best memory in the world to be a liar, to remember what you've said. These guys don't lie well. They don't govern well. They don't politic well, and they don't lie well, and we can see it, especially Luxon when it comes to the splutter.
Nearly a year after Finance Minister Nicola Willis made the call to cancel the previous government's IREX ferry replacement project, the government last week announced it would establish a new company to procure 2 new ferries to be operational by 2029. In the leaked report,
which they've got no evidence they're going to be able to have them done by 2029 because they haven't bought one or found one or identified one. In fact, they've actually said if a better option comes up in the next 6 months, we might go with that one. Literally nothing.
From the group, ministers were advised that they should operate on the default position that, based on market soundings, 2 new ships can be procured and delivered by the end of 2027, at least a year before the 2029 operation date announced last week. Did the government dilly-dallying all that time mean we could have missed out on a better ferry deal?
Yes.
However, that's exactly what the group said,
yes.
that it was concerned the government ran the risk of missing out on some options due to delays caused by Kiwi Rail working to settle a claim with Hyundai. The suggested mitigation was to ensure a decision on whether to proceed with a closed tender by the end of July, so that a contract could be agreed by the end of October. I understand a decision was due to be made at the end of July, so what took so long?
Well, again, we're working backwards from when the ferries need to be replaced, and if we make the decision on procurement, final decision in March, we've got plenty of time and a window to make that decision.
In the report, ministers were provided a commercially confidential list of indicative ship prices and potential delivery dates. The cheapest option was $282 million per ferry, with delivery dates of September 2027 for the first vessel and December 2027.
$282 million each.
Yes.
$550 million for 2 built from scratch, our conditions, fully rail-enabled ferries.
Yes.
Maths is a funny thing, isn't it?
Shall we get going?
For the second, while the most expensive option listed was $688 million per ship, with both to be delivered in the
per ship.
This is our money. They're fucking around.
1.3 billion. Remember the last guys, weren't the last ones for both of those massive, state-of-the-art world-class ones, the total was about 400, wasn't it? Just for the ferries. It was less than 560. No, they said 9, didn't they? No, it was about the same. It was about 560 for the IREX, and it was about 900 we were being told previously.
This is just mental.
Yeah, all right.
This is beyond incompetent.
Get to this.
Second half of 2028. 3 News revealed last week that Cabinet had agreed to set aside $900 million as a tagged contingency to buy new Cook Strait ferries.
Are you absolutely confident that Kiwis are getting a better deal than IREX?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Time will tell.
Based
But
on
why?
what?
Yeah, why?
Why?
What's the reason?